Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CanHack 2021 Cyber Expo. My name is Naveed Tagari, and I'm your CanHack program lead. I'll be your MC for tonight or afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. Thank you for all of you joining across the country. This is the final CanHack event of the year, and we've had an amazing time throughout the workshops and throughout the competition. Soon, we're going to announce the winning schools, winning teams, and winners of the social media competition. Throughout the next hour, we're going to hear from a variety of speakers from RBC, from the DMZ, and two exciting keynotes that we're thrilled to share with you. So please stay tuned to this exciting hour as we have an exciting lineup of speakers for you. As you hopefully know, the DMZ is an organization that puts on the CanHack competition, which is based out of Ryerson University. The DMZ is Ryerson University's business incubator for early stage tech startups. This competition could have not been possible without our partner RBC, who's helped bring this competition to life for the past 3 years. CanHack is a cybersecurity competition for high school students designed by students for students. CanHack's mission is to engage and educate high school students across the country in the ever-growing field of cybersecurity. We do this through a fun and free web-based game competition called Pico CTF, developed by our partner Carnegie Mellon University. The goal of this competition will help address the cybersecurity and privacy skills gap impacting Canadian security. This is our third year of our competition. For those that have competed in the past, we know we would have loved to have you in the space at Ryerson University known as the Sandbox and hold this specific event on the 6th floor beach of the SLC. We hope that future competitions we can be in the space again when it is safe. It first ran in 2018 with 1,000 participants, followed up by 2019 with 33,000 participants. This year, we've reached out to the entire country with 381 teams across the country, over 173 schools across the country, and with 58 community partners across the country. Our last surprise for you before we pass it on to our speakers is the CanHack Resource Hub. The CanHack Resource Hub is a place where you can go to learn more about careers in the field of cybersecurity. It is located on the CanHack Resource Hub, and it lists cybersecurity programs, guides, and videos about careers in the field. If you're interested in pursuing cybersecurity in the future, definitely take a look at this, as this is a great starting point. For CanHack 2021, we have introduced our digital badge, which everyone should have received by now. The badge will visually represent the students' successful completion of the CanHack workshops and completing all of our quizzes with the passing grade. This badge could have not been possible without the validation and support of RBC and Carnegie Mellon University. This badge will be a huge accomplishment for students and a stepping stone in their career. I want to take this time to thank our teachers and community supervisors for your passion and support with CanHack these past 6 months. Without you, this competition could not be possible, as all of you across the country have been frontline workers and have still found the time in your busy schedule to give back and attend to your students. Now, enough hearing from me, I'm going to pass it off to our speaker. Our first speaker of the evening is Adam Evans. Adam Evans is the Chief Information Security Officer and the VP of Cyber Operations at RBC, Canada's largest bank. He leads a cybersecurity strategy focused on staying ahead of evolving threats and leveraging intelligence-led capabilities to keep clients, employees, and their systems safe. Off to you, Adam.
Hi, everyone. Students, teachers, RBCers, and the Ryerson team. My name is Adam Evans, and I am the Chief Information Security Officer for RBC. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of RBC, the national sponsor of CanHack, for participating in this great event, and welcome you to the CanHack 2021 Expo. It's my honor to be part of this event and celebrate your accomplishments with you. And congratulate the students, because this competition is not easy, and this is a huge achievement for you, participating in an event like a CanHack. In the year of COVID, everybody has had to get used to working remotely, and the preparation for this was more difficult because of how you had to prepare for it, collaborating with peers remotely once you got into the CanHack experience, and all while you're juggling a remote learning experience in your normal school year. COVID has presented some unique challenges for everybody, and I think one of the great accomplishments of this program is that you were able to get through your CanHack experience in a virtual world and hopefully learn some of the new skills that will enable you to become a cybersecurity professional one day. As challenging as this competition is every year, it's more critical than ever for young people to work on digital literacy skills and start to build capabilities so they can be more safe and secure while they're online. CanHack was designed to help develop some of these skills in collaboration with your peers. As a cybersecurity professional, I've been very, very fortunate where I've gotten to work on a lot of different projects, a lot of different technologies. And most importantly, I've been able to collaborate with some highly skilled, incredibly bright people. And I got to learn from those people as we were going through cybersecurity incidents, or we were deploying new cybersecurity capabilities in the companies that I was working in. The collaborative learning that we go through in our careers is really what makes us effective and great at what we do. And these CanHack activities are really about that collaboration and the learning and taking those skills and moving them to the next level. So when I think back on my career, one of the best experiences that I had was working in groups on an incident or a crisis where you get to take the best of people and you get to figure out the path forward and how you're going to deal with that particular crisis. It forces you to think critically about how you're going to solve very, very difficult problems. And you start to understand the strength of groups learning and working together to solve a common problem. 2021 was a great year for Canadian teams. We had 381 teams participate with 1,500 plus participants. And we had 3 teams finish in the top 10. So a great year and great representation from the Canadian teams in this global competition that we entered. So I would like to reiterate again and thank all of the people that made this competition successful for their participants, the mentors, the parents, the teachers, Ryerson support, and RBC for making CanHack another successful year for us. And I hope to see you all next year again.
Thank you, Adam. Without all of your hard work from the RBC team, CanHack would not be possible. So I'd like to thank you for everything that RBC has done for CanHack. I'm now going to pass it off to Abdullah Snobar, who's the Executive Director of the DMZ and CEO of DMZ Ventures, to announce the winning schools.
Thank you, Nav, for the introduction. Let me first off give a huge shout out to you and the entire CanHack team again for all the amazing work that you put into this, not just in the past 2 weeks, but in the months leading up to this competition. It's hard work and it doesn't go unnoticed, so thank you for that. A huge congratulations goes out to all the teams today for completing the CanHack competition. We truly hope you've enjoyed this time as much as we've enjoyed planning it for you. The dedication that you've all demonstrated throughout this competition has been unwavering, and we truly hope this serves as a launching pad for your journey as entrepreneurs in the cybersecurity space, I hope. To all the teachers and parent supervisors who have helped students along the way, we also thank you. Without your support and guidance, this competition would not be possible, so our hats off to you. I also want to take this time to give our dedicated partners a shout out for working alongside us to ensure this event was the amazing success that it was. A special thanks to the entire RBC team. Thank you for making this competition even possible and for your ongoing commitment to promoting an engaging way for students like you see here today to learn about cybersecurity skills. Thank you to the Carnegie Mellon University SciLabs for your constant support and for supplying the Pico CTF platform to us. A huge thanks to HackerGal for your commitment to inspiring girls across this nation to explore opportunities in code. I also want to thank Rogers Cybersecure Catalyst for their leadership in cybersecurity across Canada. And finally, I want to thank the CanHack Advisory Council for being our thought partners throughout this entire process from day one. I've spoken too much, so let's get to the part I know you're all waiting for. I will only be announcing the winning schools right now. You'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out who the winning teams are. So without further ado, maybe some drum rolls, please. The winning schools are William Leon Mackenzie from North York, Lauren Park from Mississauga, and our all-girls winner, Old Skona Academic from Edmonton. Let me wrap up now, but again, a huge congratulations to all the teams for finishing this CanHack competition, and to our winners, of course. I sincerely hope that you all continue to nurture your interest in coding and cybersecurity. And remember that you are the next generation of innovators. Your potential is truly limitless, and just know that we all depend on you. Thank you again, Naveed. Back over to you.
Thank you, Abdullah, for those kind words, and congratulations to all of the winning schools. Our next speaker of the evening is Daniel D'Early. Daniel, aka CyberArms, has been in the computer industry for over 20 years and currently works as a security author, researcher, and consultant. He has authored 6 books based on Kali Linux and is currently working on his 7th advanced security testing with Kali Linux. Daniel also runs 2 tech blogs and dantheiotman.com. Off to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Naveed, for the introduction. My name is Daniel D'Early, and I started my journey into IT over 2 decades ago. As a high school senior starting out into the great unknown, I had no clue what I wanted to do for a career. I remember the panic setting in. It seemed like everybody else had a plan. I had nothing. Many were heading to college, some into the military, some to trades work. They seemed so sure of themselves and their future. I wasn't. I had no clue what I wanted to do. Then I thought, what am I good at? The answer was computers. It was a hard choice to make. Besides, I grew up in the country. There weren't lots of employment options to follow. I came from a military family made up of generations of factory workers. I was expected to follow suit. I didn't. I hoisted my sails into the great unknown and became a computer repair technician. I worked up through the ranks over the years, took advantage of every opportunity to learn. I studied during lunch breaks and weekends. I took every certification class and test my company allowed me to take. I rose to the ranks of IT support, to networking and server engineering, into management, and finally into security. Over the years, I worked for some of the top technical entities in New York, authored several books, wrote for several international security magazines, helped design security training classes, and dedicated significant time to helping newcomers to the field find their way. I want to tell you one thing today: believe in yourself and never give up.
When I started in security 10 years ago now, things were very different. A lot of the security concepts were new. Coming from server support, we did everything with checkbox security. If the server was updated, had the latest patches, and the latest AV, it was secure. Back then, things like SOSA engineering, man-in-the-middle attacks, Wi-Fi attacks, exploit code connecting back to command and control networks wasn't commonly heard of or even understood. Security for companies back then was mostly by convenience. I know one major company that used to use the same domain admin password for years. Of course, it was a simple password, and of course, when the password complexity requirements became a thing, they turned them off so they could keep their simple password, all for convenience. I remember my first official pen test. It was for a city's forum. I was asked to security test the server to make sure it was secure. In less than 20 minutes, I was logged in as a server admin and had full access to the server. I was sitting there thinking, it's not supposed to be this easy. But alas, the server admin used his wife's name as the admin password. He didn't think anyone would ever think of that. Over the years, I performed a lot of security research for magazines and my blogs. Shodan is an amazing tool. I can't begin to tell you how many companies have vulnerable systems online. The larger the organization, the more likely it is that you will find something using Shodan. The push for putting everything online, the Internet of Things world, has introduced a whole new level of security issues. Servers running old software, webcams, building security and power systems, online office aquariums, smart refrigerators, even robotic lawnmowers can all be found in seconds on Shodan. A few years ago, I found Amazon Cloud Server hard drive control panels that were completely open and unsecured on Shodan. At the time, server admins either didn't know or didn't care that they had to enable security to remove public access from these drives. You can still use things like cloud bucket search services to find insecure cloud resources. Again, in a few seconds, you can easily find personal identifying information on these cloud storage devices, unsecured and completely open to the public. Exploit code is another concern. Granted, antivirus programs have gotten much better at stopping threats. As such, hackers are turning to other programming languages, like Go language, to produce antivirus bypassing code. For example, I quickly made one Linux shell with publicly available tools that, when uploaded to VirusTotal, was only flagged by one AV as malicious. The AV that detected it? Microsoft Antivirus. Pretty sure not too many Linux systems are running Microsoft AV, or any AV for that matter. This is just a small slice of the pie of issues that the computer world is facing. Why did I bring up these examples? Because the computer world needs you. The bright young minds to lead and work in the future of security. We need red team, blue team, purple team members, malware analysts, coders, along with threat analysts and threat research personnel. The future is bright for computer security. There's a huge shortage of security personnel, and it is just waiting for you. One of my mottos is, believe in yourself and don't give up. This is a very complex field. Tactics, both offensively and defensively, change constantly. Many tools in the field don't work after operating system updates. Some techniques are just difficult to master. You have to be flexible, persistent, and patient. Taking Thomas Edison, for example, when he set out to make the first light bulb, he said, "I didn't fail, I just found 2,000 ways not to make a light bulb." There are many things that I didn't understand at first glance, or even the 20th glance. There are topics that I totally didn't understand, that I had to walk away from. I had to learn other things, and then after time had passed, I came back to the original topic, and all of a sudden, it made sense. There are other topics that I spent days trying to figure out, and then, all of a sudden, I understood it. If I had given up after my first couple of attempts, I probably would have never mastered it. As they say, persistence pays. This is doubly so in the security field. The motto for Backtrack Linux, now called Kali Linux, was very fitting. It was try harder. There are times in this field when something should work, but it doesn't, and for no reason. Always have a backup plan. Sometimes things just refuse to work, especially in offensive security. I've had something I was working on where I tried 5 times in a row to get it to work. I had everything typed in correctly. I had done it 100 times in the past. I almost gave up. I tried the 6th time and it worked. It still makes no sense. The key really is, don't give up. The old saying is true. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Follow your heart. Many times I believed I could advance to the next position in the IT world, only to be doubted by my coworkers and bosses, sometimes even family. I was even told in the past that I wasn't smart enough for the next level, only to pass all my exams on the first attempt. Sometimes you're the only one that believes in you. Have faith that you can do it. Put in the hard work. Spend the time studying and learning, and you will succeed. It won't be easy, and it may not happen on the first attempt. But if it is what you truly desire, you can do it. Each and every one of you has a very bright future ahead. Thank you so much. It was an honor speaking to you today. I wish each and every one of you the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, for telling us your story through cybersecurity. I'm sure many students know how it feels to try something new and different from what you are expected to do. And I'm sure you've inspired many students to follow their passions here tonight. Before we get to our competition winners, I want to announce the winners of the social media competition. These 3 people engaged with the DMZ on social media more than anyone else during the competition will be sent a gift bag with exclusive DMZ and RBC swag, and the top winner will receive a pair of free Apple AirPods. Our 3rd place winner is Zoid Dino. The 2nd place winner is Six Mounty. And our 1st place winner is Troll Annie. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for participating. Now, our biggest announcements of the night. I'm going to pass it back off to you, Adam, to announce our winning teams.
And now for the big moment that you've all been waiting for. The team in 3rd place is Octrain from Lauren Park Secondary School in Mississauga, Ontario. The 2nd place team is Severance from William Lyon Mackenzie in Toronto, Ontario. And the 1st place team overall is the Wheelchair Assassins from William Lyon Mackenzie in Toronto, Ontario. I'd also like to recognize the top all-female team, which is Artemis from Old Scona Academic in Edmonton, Alberta. I'd like to congratulate all of the winning teams for a job well done, and thank you again to all of the participants that made CanHack 2021 such a great success. Thanks very much, guys.
Congratulations to all of our winning teams. You did an amazing job and worked really hard throughout the competition. Your wins are well deserved. I'm going to introduce our keynote speaker of the evening. Kathy Macdonald is a professional speaker, author, consultant, and university instructor. Kathy brings a depth of investigative experience and a great passion for cybersecurity awareness to audience. Kathy has seen firsthand the devastating and long-term damage cybercrime produces during her experiences as a former police officer with the Calgary Police Service. Kathy's knowledge of cybercrime prevention has led to the National Award of, as well as the global speaking engagement with law enforcement, the corporate sector, security groups, government, and academia, and the information she shares in her speeches and upcoming books serves to advance national cybercrime strategies, or what she refers to as predatory cybercrime. In 2009, Kathy was honored with the Governor General of Canada and invested her with the Order of Merit of the Police Forces, an award recognizing service and commitment to the community. Kathy strongly supports Stop, Think, and Connect, a global messaging convention that unifies the responses of cybercrime to millions of people around the world. I'm very excited to pass it off to Kathy.
Thanks for the introduction, Naveed. Thank you to the DMZ, and congratulations on over 10 years of success. I hope that all of you have downloaded your digital badge. You really should celebrate your participation in CanHack, celebrate your success, and of course, celebrate the knowledge that you have gained through this competition. Cyber is an area where many people have never been involved. Most are intimidated to even try to get involved because they believe that they need special knowledge or special skills. CanHack is amazing. I mean, what better way is there for high school students to access free complimentary tools, learn new tech, and of course, search out possibilities for careers in an evolving field like cryptography and forensics and reverse engineering, and of course, many other areas of cybersecurity. I think one of the most valuable takeaways from CanHack are the new relationships that you have built with like-minded people. These might be students, teachers, sponsors, mentors, and other cybersecurity experts that you have dealt with or talked to. And I know that these trusted relationships can last long into the future. I want to say a special thank you to all the supervisors who have been responsible for ensuring compliance, organizing registrations, and making sure all the requirements set out by Carnegie Mellon University are met, including the parental consents. Sometimes we overlook the value of the people that take care of the really important details that help to make our life less complicated. I'm also so happy to extend congratulations to the winners. Wheelchair Assassins, Severance, and Octrain, and of course, for the first time ever, the top all-female team, Artemis, did I mention, that they are from Calgary. That's pretty good. Congratulations to them. It's a fact, though, women are underrepresented in the field of cybersecurity. When I went to high school, this wasn't even an option. Cyber is now a fantastic career option, and it will also help to fill the cybersecurity and privacy skills gap impacting Canadian security. So let's just talk about a career for a moment. I was a police officer for 25 years. This is a male-dominated field, and when I went to work on night shift, my husband, who was in school at the time, was the main caregiver for our daughter, who I'm very proud to say, by the way, is a graduate of Ryerson University. It was not easy at that time, but it was an amazing career, and I loved every minute of it. I started in the crime prevention unit as the cyber awareness coordinator with the Calgary Police Service in early 2000. And back then, Facebook wasn't around. MySpace, Friendster, Nexopia were social networking sites that had just been launching. And every day I was getting calls from teachers and parents and the media asking questions about things that were happening online. And we were learning as we were going. Cybercrime was all new, and we really did not have any, formal programming or messaging developed around cybercrime prevention for the public. As a quick story, I had heard about a growing crime in North America called identity crime, identity theft. And in particular, it was growing in California. So I just went ahead and I called up a lawyer in California and asked a bunch of questions. And I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to ask what they were doing to prevent identity theft. So she sent me a whole bunch of information, which I then went ahead and built an educational program around, and I started to deliver it everywhere I could. I started to talk about it in the media, at special events, at seniors' homes, and at conferences. And actually, in 2003, I was really thrilled to be invited to a security conference in London, England, to talk about identity crime. And I mean, this was really unheard of at the time, and it speaks volumes for, taking opportunities. If you see a problem, if you see a problem to solve, just try to be inquisitive. And really, that's what CanHack is all about. Cyber is a new field, and young people like yourselves can really move it forward. Advance what has gone before. So what can students do to prepare for a job in cybersecurity? Well, I was thinking about this, and I really thought that to start, the relationship that you have with the DMZ and CanHack, with Carnegie Mellon University and SciLab is actually quite incredible. I had the opportunity to visit the National Cyber Forensics Training Alliance, it's called the NCFTA, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on a couple of occasions. And they are right next door to Carnegie Mellon. And they were working very closely with Carnegie Mellon at the time. And that particular university is way ahead in gamification and in research and technology and innovation. So look for opportunities to work with Carnegie Mellon if you can. And other universities across Canada actually now offer cybersecurity and computer science courses, of course. Ryerson, the University of Calgary, Concordia, and there's so many more. But also look for opportunities for internships. Attend training sessions and conferences if you have the chance. Take courses in the area of investigation, in security awareness, and of course, evidence gathering. These skills are important to every industry and in every organization. Develop relationships with subject matter experts in cybersecurity and then share the information. I know these relationships come in handy. As the Cyber Awareness Coordinator in Crime Prevention, I would regularly receive interview requests from the media. They always wanted to have a police officer, comment on different things that were happening in the community. And there were lots of incidents and threats occurring in the community and social media and such, and they were looking to add to their news stories. But as you know, it's impossible, well, nearly impossible anyway, to be a specialist in every area of cybersecurity. It's incredibly broad and specialized. So I worked hard to build a network of trusted advisors and social media experts and subject matter experts that I could call on. They might have some knowledge around cryptography or cell phone forensics or network security or malware. And I would ask them questions, and I would ask for help when I needed it. I remember one day I received a call from a major talk radio station here in Calgary, and they wanted to talk to me in a live 15-minute interview. And this interview was all about ransomware. And at that time, I had limited knowledge, not a really deep knowledge of ransomware, not enough to talk for 15 minutes in a live interview. So I had met a subject matter expert at a conference. He is the Secretary General of the Anti-Phishing Working Group based in Boston. He's a global expert and a clearinghouse for phishing and spear phishing. So I called him up and I asked him, will you do an interview? And so of course I lined everything up. He did a 15-minute live interview with the radio station. And it was incredible. It was amazing, actually. And the people of Calgary benefited from hearing from a global expert in phishing and cybersecurity and spear phishing and in malware and ransomware. So it was really, really great. And those are the kind of relationships that are really important, somebody that you can call on when you need a hand. When I thought somebody could help me, I would approach them. Some of the most powerful words I have ever used are, "Can you help me?" And it's interesting because of my work in cybercrime, I've also found that the cyber criminals will often say, "Can you help me?" And it's one of the tactics and techniques and procedures used in social engineering because it works. And I mean, even cyber criminals know the value and they understand human nature. And human nature, we want to help people. So never be afraid to ask for help. Listen to your intuition. When you have a passion about something, ask yourself, is this worth my time to do this? Is this a valuable thing that I'm doing? And I mean, this was all new for cybercrime for me. I had never done this before. And it took me places around the world. I participated in a live phishing exercise at the UN conference in Geneva. I toured Google and eBay, and I attended conferences across Canada and the US. So really look for opportunities, listen to your intuition, and do things because you know that they are the right thing to do. Our work within the Crime Prevention Unit really helped to build capacity for the police in this area of cybersecurity and cybercrime. So it really helps to do what's right and listen to your intuition. Look for opportunities to network. Seek out cybersecurity experts when they're speaking, especially in areas of cyber that you may not know that much about, and keep in touch with them. Go out of your way to find answers to problems that you envision or you encounter in cyber. An answer might help to better secure a network or find a vulnerability, or even may help to safeguard personally identifiable information. Be inquisitive. PII, personal information, and IP, of course, intellectual property, is the target of cybercrime and cybercriminals. And I mean, information can be put at risk in many different ways. I mean, through networks and system faults, of course, human error, a big problem. Theft of corporate secrets, espionage through the spying through the supply chain, and of course, through malware and criminality and malicious acts. And that's probably the majority of the risks that we see. Phishing and spear phishing, of course, business email compromise, ransomware, things like that. But there are also other risks like luring and cyberbullying and coercion and online exploitation. And people need help in this area. Cybersecurity is not 100% technical. It's not 100% forensic. People are always involved. Awareness is critical. And up until a few years ago, cybersecurity awareness was not even considered career options. So, I mean, what better way is there to hack a network than by attacking human behavior? The criminals know this. So practical knowledge, user awareness to avoid online risk is really critical, and it's so important to be proactive. So I ask, what better way is there to prepare for a career in cybersecurity than to do something hands-on like CanHack? A career in cyber can take you anywhere. Computer security, network intrusion, forensics, privacy, cryptography, quantum cryptography, that's hard to say, programming, critical infrastructure protection, and so much more. Privacy is an up-and-coming career choice. And of course, there's always law enforcement. Cybercrime is growing, it's evolving, it's borderless, and cyber criminals have the advantages, especially at uncertain times like this pandemic, where cybercrime has not only increased, but it has flourished. So, I mean, law enforcement needs people with a background in cybersecurity. They need people that possess skills in cyber, investigation, forensics, analysis, and of course, crime prevention. But no matter what field of cybersecurity you enter into, you might be dealing with victims, people that need help. And when you have some background knowledge in the area of cyber, you're going to be asked for advice. People are dealing, with social engineering attacks and identity theft and ransomware attacks, and they're going to come to you and ask you for all kinds of advice. A career in cyber will teach you how to respond, how to fortify a network, collect evidence, conduct open source investigations, and of course, share information to help prevent cybercrime. So what can students learn through CanHack that will help them in a career in cybersecurity? Well, you will likely have learned to speak up if you thought what you were doing was on the right track, and this is great. You might have come up with some questions that helped to solve a problem, and this is great. You maybe weren't agreeable on everything that happened. Sometimes you were right, and maybe sometimes you were wrong, and it's okay to be wrong. No one is right all the time, and we learn by being wrong sometimes. And you likely learned that you did not know what you were doing all the time. This is a new frontier, and this is how we learn. As a female police officer working in a new field, I put myself out there. I just did it. I tried things sometimes that didn't work. Sometimes I tried too hard, and I was wrong occasionally. Women stand out because they are a minority in many fields, and cybersecurity and law enforcement are two examples. It's hard to stand out, especially when you try and you don't succeed on something, but do it anyway. You will survive, and it will be worth the effort. My advice to girls and to women: build networks. Women need to stick together more, and it can get lonely in a male-dominated field. Say yes to opportunities that come along. I had never written a book before. When I was approached by a publisher asking if I could write a book on cybercrime, I said, absolutely, yes, I would love to. I had never written a book before. It almost killed me, actually, when I think about it. I put in hundreds and hundreds of hours. I researched, I read, I interviewed people, I wrote sentences, I rewrote sentences. I changed words around many times. And I finished the book. And I'm really proud of my book. It's called Cybercrime Awareness, Prevention, and Response. It's the first comprehensive book on cybercrime in Canada. So I'm really proud of that. I'm also very proud to be on the Senate at the University of Calgary. And on May the 4th of this year, May the 4th be with you, we are inviting everyone to attend a free online virtual event called Lecture of a Lifetime. And it's with Dr. John Ferris. And he is a world-renowned privacy and cybersecurity and communications intelligence expert. And this event will help to build your knowledge in the areas of privacy and data mining and national security. and I'm really happy to share the invitation with you. It's from 4 to 5 p.m. on May the 4th, and that's Mountain Standard Time. And I will share that registration link with Naveed at DMZ. So in closing, just keep solving problems. Better yet, keep looking for problems to solve. Stay in touch with the people that you have met through CanHack, no matter where they live or what time zone they are in. Use the skills that you're really good at. I think women, for the most part, are really good at memorization. They're really good at analyzing details. They're really good at predicting trends, of course, and they're really good at relationship building. And these are important skills in a career in cybersecurity. For all students, take opportunities to lead, especially when you see a need. Just step up and say, I will do it. Give it to me. Let me do it. I want to wish all of you good luck. I think that you're going to do great. And please tell all your fellow classmates and schoolmates to get involved in CanHack next year if they can, so that more students will get involved in this next year. Keep asking why. And of course, I wish all of you good luck in all of your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy. Cybersecurity is a field with so many opportunities, and seeing all of the things that you've done due to your interest in the field, and certainly very inspiring. We've come to the end of our event, and before we leave, I just want to say thank you to everyone again. You, the students, are what make CanHack what it is, and we appreciate all the time that all of you have put and the effort that every one of you have put into this competition. You should all be very proud of yourselves and pat yourselves on the back. We wish you the best of luck and going forward. Stay safe and have a good evening. Bye-bye.